Well, when was the last time you went to a drive-in? Unfortunately, these gems of the big screen now are rapidly disappearing all around the country, and that's why a local photographer is capturing their images.
Zack Malham joins us this morning to talk about the upcoming photo exhibit he has and the 75th birthday of the drive-in. So welcome, thanks for being here.
Thank you, Mitch.
And you've been on this mission to capture drive-in theaters on film. Of all the things that you photograph, why these?
Well, you know, I realize that they're vanishing icons of the American West. We travel extensively. We go from Montana to New Mexico, photographing basically Western Americana. And my first drive-in I shot was in Green River, Utah. We were passing through there, caught my eye, and about 2 years later we drove back through Green River and it was gone.
Gone.
Yeah, a shopping mall.
No, actually it was a fruit stand.
A parking lot.
Well, that's not too bad.
So so I told my wife, I says, you know, these things are going. So we better start capturing them, and that's what we did. So for 25 years, I stayed focused, and we've captured them, like I said, Montana to New Mexico. Yep. And I've got a huge, huge portfolio.
That really is a mission, too. And you also have some memorabilia. Right there, you have the old audio box.
We all remember
the old screen.
You used to put on. Remember how that would work? You'd put your window down a little bit, and you'd hang it on the side.
Yeah. You had to remember not to drive off with it, too.
And where'd you get this old sign?
Well, that actually, I've been collecting drive-in memorabilia for as long as I've been taking drive-in photos. And the stuff just kind of falls into my lap. And this is a great one featuring wild angels and then drag racing on Sunday afternoon, weather permitting. drag racing.
From the Fast Men Drive-In.
Yeah.
Where was that?
Yeah, that's in North Carolina.
Yeah.
So how many photos do you suppose you've taken of drive-ins over the
years?
years?
Well, I've got over 45 drive-in images.
Wow.
And I mean drive-in theaters.
Yeah.
Drive-in theaters. And at each drive-in, I'll shoot at least a good roll of film. I shoot 35 millimeter film, and I'll spend at least a good hour. And while my wife patiently sits in the car and just waits for me to capture the true essence of what it is.
Did you ever take your wife to a drive-in?
Actually, yes, we did. Yeah, the Starlight, as you were talking about.
Was it the Starlight?
The Starlight
that was my hometown.
Bloomington, Indiana.
Oh, wow.
Bloomington, Indiana.
There are a lot of Starlights out there.
Absolutely.
It's probably the largest name of all drive-ins.
If these things are disappearing so quickly, how were you able to amass such a collection of photographs?
Well, what we did in our travels, when we would travel through towns, our eyes are trained, and we see the white screen tower, and we say, oh, bingo, that's it. And we make a beeline, we for it, and then if the drive-in is still there, we will shoot whatever is there, whether it's a screen, whether it's a ticket booth. A lot of times it's just a marquee.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Well, and what is it about the drive-in? I mean, as a young guy, we had a ton of fun piling everybody into the trunk, literally, and driving in by ourselves and not paying for admission. But there's something else about the drive-in that we hold so sacred.
There was just something about the baby boomer generation, because after World War II is when they really took off. There was almost 5,000 nationwide. And it was a great way for the family to go out together and in the privacy of their own car. Mom didn't have to cook because of the concession stand.
The hot dogs,
and
the
hot
popcorn.
dogs, the popcorn, the everything that had to do with teating and enjoying a media experience. It was all right there.
Yeah, and you may have had a playground for the kids to go to right in front of the big screen.
Yep, if you got there early enough, you got to go to the playground. Then it was pajama time, and before you knew it, you're falling asleep in the back seat.
Wow, we're getting closer to, because this is a great poster you got here. How did the drive-in get started, and what made it explode so?
It's just a great story. This gentleman in 1933, Richard Hollingshed, in his backyard, he stretched a white screen, canvas, if you will, between two trees. He put a projector on the top of the hood of his car and started showing movies to his family. And he realized, hey, maybe this is something. So he put speakers behind the screen and started inviting his neighbors over and charging a quarter to watch the stars under the stars.
Wow.
And then it just took off like a rocket.
Yeah. Will they ever come back, do you think?
Well, you know, actually they are. They're making a resurgence here in the Midwest, not here, but in the Midwest. There's several in Illinois where owners are taking over and refurbishing these old drive-ins and making them look like they used to look.
That's awesome. Well, thanks for sharing with us. I know you're also working on a book about drive-ins, but
yes, I am.
We're out of time. We'll have to talk about this some other time. If you'd like to see Zack's drive-in photo exhibit, he is the featured artist of the month at the Photographers Gallery. That's in Cherry Creek all of September. There's an open reception where you can meet Zack on September 5th. That goes from 5 until 9 p.m. For more information, you can always go to our website, denverchannel.com. Just click on that big red TV button, and you can check out that exhibit. Thanks for being here.
I'm lucky I'm still not locked in the trunk of a car from all the times we snuck into a drive-in. We survived.
We've all done it.
Everybody's been there. Still, the